It's not the leaving that hurts, it's the sudden silence that follows, a reminder of what was once so loud and full of life. I thought love would be enough, but I guess I was wrong. You left, and now I'm left with questions I can't answer. Sometimes the hardest part of letting go is not just saying goodbye, but accepting the reasons they gave for leaving. When you left, it felt like I lost not just a person, but the dreams and plans we once shared. I never thought I'd be the one waiting for answers, but here I am, lost in thoughts of what could have been. Your absence speaks louder than your words ever did. It echoes through every part of me, a constant reminder of what I lost. The worst part of being left is trying to understand why they chose to walk away when all I ever wanted was to hold on. They say time heals everything, but right now it feels like time is only deepening the void you left behind. You left without warning, and I'm left piecing together the broken fragments of what we once were. I've never felt more abandoned than I do now, not by your departure, but by the silence that followed. I didn't expect to be left without a second thought, but I guess expectations are dangerous when it comes to love. You were my forever until forever ended, and now I'm just left wondering if I was ever truly yours. I keep asking myself where it all went wrong, but the only answer I get is the space between us that keeps growing. I'm learning that sometimes the hardest thing to do is not to hold on, but to let go when someone chooses to leave. It's not the leaving that cuts so deep, but the feeling of being replaced, as though I was never enough. Every time I close my eyes, I see the moment you walked away, and every time it feels like it just happened. I never thought I'd be saying goodbye this way, with so many questions and no answers in sight. I never wanted to be the one left behind, but now I'm forced to figure out how to move forward without you. You walked away and left me standing in a place I didn't recognize, with nothing but memories of what we had. The emptiness you left behind feels like an open wound, one I can't heal, because you're the only one who could ever make it better. It's hard to forget someone who was once your everything, but harder still to accept that they've chosen to forget you. I thought love would be enough to keep you here, but I guess some people are meant to leave even when they say they won't. You left, and in doing so, you took with you a part of me that I may never get back. The hardest part of loving you was realizing that I was never enough for you to stay. I'll never understand how love could fade so quickly, but here I am, trying to accept your departure without fully believing it. The most painful part of being left behind is knowing that you weren't even a thought when they decided to walk away. You told me you loved me, but when it mattered most, you chose to leave instead of fight for us. I keep trying to piece together the reason you left, but all I'm left with are fragments of our broken story. Sometimes I wonder if I ever really mattered to you, or if I was just someone you could leave behind without a second thought. The worst part of being abandoned is the lingering doubt that maybe, just maybe, I wasn't enough. I never expected to lose you, but here I am, mourning a love that's no longer mine. You left, and now I'm learning how to live with the quiet that's taken over every corner of my life. I keep searching for the reason you walked away, but all I find are empty spaces and unanswered questions. The silence after you left speaks louder than anything you could have ever said. In your absence, I'm left with memories that both comfort and torment me, reminding me of what once was. Sometimes, the person who leaves is the one you can never forget, no matter how much you wish you could move on. It hurts more to accept that you left than to admit that I wasn't enough for you to stay. You left, and in your departure, you took with you a part of me I'm not sure I'll ever get back. The hardest part of love is realizing that even though you gave your all, it still wasn't enough to make them stay. You walked away and left me wondering if I ever truly knew who you were, or if I was just a chapter in your story. I never thought I'd be the one left behind, but here I am, trying to move forward while still holding on to the past. When you leave without a word, it feels like your absence is the loudest thing in the room. You didn't just leave, you took the pieces of me that were tied to you, and now I'm left trying to figure out who I am without you. I wish I could turn back time and undo what happened, but all I can do now is learn to live without you. You left, but I'm still here, struggling to understand why your departure felt like the end of everything we were.